What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm just sitting in the car park of my doctor's. I need to put in a prescription repeat. I'm on it's called lansoprazole or lansoprazole or something like that, depending on how you pronounce it. It basically just stops indigestion. So there's some antibodies in my stomach that eat away the lining. That's pretty much all I know. I've had some cameras down the throat to have a look at what's going on, because I felt quite sick a lot of the time in my early 20s, and I lost quite a lot of weight. I had quite a lot of diarrhea. It turns out that the diarrhea was IBS, which is okay. It's, you know, it's lifelong. There's no meds. It's all down to dietary change and making sure you don't get too stressed and stuff like that, because everything has an effect on your bowel. And the stomach, I don't know. They don't really know much about why antibodies attack our stomach lining, but it just does. I don't know whether it's going to get worse over time. There's no cure for it. They don't really understand it, but it couples with my underactive thyroid and also vitiligo, which I've spoken about before. There it is in all its glory. That little bit of skin tone is all I have left. I have a white hand. So my elbows, the inner leg, things like that are going first. So yeah, I'm off to Aldi now to do a little food shop for me and my daughter. I just thought I would maybe, depending on how busy it is, show you what I get on a weekly basis for me and my daughter. Bearing in mind, Nan and Grandad have just bought milk for her, so milk is taken care of. Do not panic that I haven't got my child some milk. She has milk, she is sorted. It's just going to be a case of like lunches and dinners. So food shop done. Was pretty busy in there, to be fair. That's why I didn't record any of it, but what I will do is go home, lay it all out and talk you guys through it. There's some bits for my daughter, like little pouches of yogurt and things like that she can take to nursery because she's not eating their food, as I've spoke about in the previous vlog. And a massive pizza that's amazing, and some oats because she likes porridge, little things like that, and it all came to £55. So I'll go home, lay it all out, tell you what I'm obviously going to do with it, and go from there. As you can see, it looks like it chucked it down while I was in Aldi, which is a good thing, but it still feels really muggy. We need like a storm or something crazy to get our summer back, because this year has sucked. It's really sucked. I went out walking so much last year for my million step challenge, and this year I've not done that much. I've just got my steps by pottering about, and that's not really what I wanted. I wanted to go out and get 15,000 steps here and there and walks, and put my daughter in her little trike thing that she's got and push her around a bit, but we've just not had the weather for it. It's just not been as nice. So yeah, my car is splattered with raindrops. I'm gonna go home, unpack, and I'll see you there. Going. Okay, so first things first, most importantly, the pizza in Aldi. There you go. That is an epic pizza. Yes, it's huge. It feeds probably me and a friend, or whoever wants to eat it with me. But it could just be me tonight, so it will be a lot of calories and it'll be quite bad for me, but it's so good. I don't know whether you can like cut half and keep half. Maybe I'll try that. Or maybe I'll see if my daughter fancies like the edge, because the bit in the middle was a lot of filling, a lot of cheese, and I don't think she'll stomach that very well. I don't think she'll like that. But the edge has a nice corner of like crust and filling, or topping, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, we're going to see about that. So the next item is for my daughter, Paw Patrol ice lollies. She moans about ice cream sometimes. It's a bit hit and miss with her. Sometimes it's too cold, like she won't eat a McFlurry or anything like that. But if it's Grandad's cone, she will eat it. So I think she plays with you a little bit. But these look pretty cool. Chocolate ice lollies. She's a massive Paw Patrol fan, so we'll give those a go. Now, I don't tend to eat a lot of bread. When I have lunches, I tend to go for crackers or something hot sometimes. But since I found these, I am converted. Like, I don't eat like bread, essentially like Warburtons or anything like that. But I'm a partial to a roll, especially a soft roll, and I like to cram it full of tuna mayo and cucumber. And the next item is a mixed pepper stir fry. I like the mushroom stir fry, or I like mixed pepper. Either way, I will add the other ingredient to the other one. So if I buy a mushroom one, I'll add peppers. If I buy peppers, I'll add mushrooms, which I coincidentally forgot to pick up. Anyway, mixed pepper stir fry. And I bought some chicken breasts to go with that, and that's possibly tonight's dinner. It's for my daughter. Tomato wheels. She's been converted onto these as opposed to adult crisps for a long time. She started on these probably when she started weaning, so as soon as she could hold finger food, I started on these. They're kind of crispy, but they melt really, really quickly. So they're kind of like Skips or Whatsits or something like that. And they do taste tomatoey, but not in like a weird way, not in a sick way. So they're actually quite tasty, and I even like them myself. So 2 packets of those for my daughter. Trying to get fruit into my daughter is an ongoing battle. She's a fan of blueberries. She loves a banana, but I saw these pink kids. They're quite tiny. So what I'm going to do is what I've tried before. I'm just going to core them, peel them, take out the middle and just leave the flesh, and hopefully she'll go for that. So pink kids, I think they're just less than £1 a bag, so you can't really go wrong with these, even if you end up eating them yourself. Next item is sweet potatoes. Now they are apparently slightly better for you than white potatoes. They taste more buttery to me, and they certainly feel a bit lighter for me. They're not as, obviously not as starchy. I don't tend to eat the skin, so I tend to microwave them for about 10 minutes depending on the size of the potato, pop them in the oven just for a couple of minutes, then scoop out the inside, or peel it, boil it and make a mash. So you can do it either way. Big bag of porridge oats that is literally bigger than my head. 79p, I think it's a kilo. Yeah, it's a kilo of oats, and my daughter goes through oats quite a vast amount of oats. So she'll have 2 big scoops. I bought a pot in Asda that I just refill, and it came with a scoop, so I do 2 scoops of porridge with milk and then add a flavouring or a sugar-free syrup to make it taste a bit nicer than just oats, and we go from there. And sometimes I add blueberries, sometimes golden syrup, depends what she's feeling. But this bag, 79p. Now, because my daughter's going to nursery and she's being a bit funny with their food, lunch is hit and miss depending on what they're serving her, but she's not eating their breakfast, so I'm kind of feeling now that I have to pack lunches, which is not what I wanted, especially putting her in nursery during the 6 weeks holidays. We're paying for it. As soon as September comes, I will get my 15 free hours, so I need to find things that I can pack in her changing bag. So these, I know she loves raspberry and apple flavour, and they also do them in strawberry and apple flavour. Now they're just like oat bars. I'm not sure about sugar content and things like that for her. Doesn't state it, but it says they're organic. I don't know. I'm not going to track sugar and stuff on my daughter. She'll either eat it or she doesn't. As long as she's fed, I'm happy. So those are really good. They're something like 59p, and you get 5 in a box, 6 in a box. Sticking to the theme of what to pack for my daughter's nursery bag, these little yogurt pouches I've loved since they brought them out. Now it says stage 1 from 6 months. I think that's because it contains milk, not because it has any lumps. It is smooth, it's pureed, and it genuinely tastes quite nice. It's not as funky as Greek yogurt. This is Greek style. It's not as funky as like the adult Greek yogurt that has like a bit of a tang to it. They're actually quite fruity. So we've got berry, strawberry, and mango. And I know she likes all of these, so I know that she can have a bit of yogurt at nursery. And there's something ridiculous like 30p a pouch. I mean, you can't really go wrong. They don't need refrigerating. I pop them straight in her little drawer, which is that one down there. And Nanny and Granddad know where to get her food, and I know she's going to be fine. One of my all-time favourites. Used to eat these at school myself. Cheese strings, 6. I've never seen a bag of 6. I've always seen packs of 4. So 6 for £1.49 as opposed to 4 for £1. I guess that's okay value. These are the twisted ones. When I was a child, cheese string, director, they did pizza flavour cheese strings. They were the first flavour that came out. I loved them, I adored them. They discontinued them. Hummus. Who doesn't like hummus, right? Dip anything you want in it. Breadsticks, crackers, cucumber, peppers, whatever. So there's a little pot of each so I don't waste it. If I open up a big pot, 9 times out of 10 I won't finish it. This one I can have in a sitting. So classic, lemon and coriander and red pepper. I know the red pepper one is so good. There comes the rain. Classic one I'm not too sure about. I do like a flavoured hummus, and the lemon one I'll let you know. Now I do quite a few pasta bakes for myself when I work late, so I get home I need something quick, something filling, because it's 9 times out of 10 I haven't eaten for a good 5 or 6 hours. Chorizo ring. Now I don't need to refrigerate it straight away because it's unopened. As soon as I open it, it goes in the refrigerator, and you can pretty much keep it for as long as you like. I remove like the top slice, the first slice, and then you go, it is covered in a little film, and there's a string at the top that you can hang it from if you keep it like air dried or whatever you want to do with it. But I use it with fish, cod and chorizo is just a winning combo. And then I put it in my pasta bakes, and it's so tasty. I love chorizo. Veg asparagus tips. Now I like the thinner ones because they're less stringy. I find big asparagus gets a bit stringy, gets a bit stuck, gets a bit, you end up choking on it, which is not attractive. So asparagus tips. Some grated mozzarella. Now I put this on most things, absolutely, in my pasta bakes. Jacket potatoes are really good, especially if you've got tuna mayo underneath. Put the mozzarella on top, put it under the grill for a couple of minutes. Chicken poppers, basically like popcorn chicken from KFC. Taste pretty much exactly the same, but 79p for that whole box. I mean, that whole box will feed me and her, and probably twice over. You get an awful lot of chicken in there. It's 79p, so you will question it. What kind of chicken is good for 79p? But it is absolutely fine. I tell you, we've never been ill from this, even though it's cheap. So it just begs the question, why do people like Bird's Eye up their prices? You don't need to charge that much for a chicken nugget, especially when that whole box is 79. As I mentioned before, my daughter loves blueberries, so a little pack of blueberries. There's half a pack left from the previous sitting, something like 59p. And for myself, I love baby plum tomatoes, especially the ones that are longer, not so much rounder. These are so sweet, and they're always really cheap in Aldi, something like 59p again for a pot of box. The only thing I find with Aldi is that there's not a massive range of things, so there are a couple of pasta sauces, a couple of options here and there, but one of the best is the tomato and grilled pepper. Now it's not really a sauce in that it's runny, it's kind of a stir-through sauce, so it coats everything, but there isn't anything to like dip up if you like dipping your garlic bread in anything. So that lasts me 2 servings, and it tastes awesome. It's very tasty. One thing Aldi is very good at, amongst tons of other things, is baby stuff. So their wipes, my daughter is now something like 3 or 4 days dry, in that she's not wet her nappy, and we're catching them on the potty, so we're doing really well. She's doing amazingly. And to just speed it along a bit, she's got her own wipes. Now they are degradable, biodegradable, and they are flushable, so women. Hopefully that rain doesn't get too noisy so you can't hear me, but I will do my best. Cheese and bacon crisp bakes. Now these are just full of potato, bits of bacon and melted cheese, and I do these with salad or some sweet corn, something like that, peas. I don't serve it with potato because there's potato in it, but these are really, really tasty. That'll be dinner for me and Amelia. And also she likes fish, so I went with cod and chorizo, and I'm not quite sure if these are going to be a bit spicy for her. I think I'll eat one and try it, and if it's not too much of a chorizo kick, I'll do the next one for both of us, because one of those, even though it doesn't look enough, it's quite thick, and I can sort of cut that in half, and I'll eat half and she'll eat the other half, and it saves money. A couple of more items and then I'm done. So Aldi's own mouthwash, just because I've run out of mouthwash. Again, I talked about the baby range, the bath soap, bath gel, what do you call it, bubble bath. That smells really, really nice. Yeah, you might be a Johnson's exclusive, but give Mammy a go. They honestly do smell really nice. Some hand washing, so this one actually really does smell like bubblegum, and a strawberry one. So looking forward to using those. Just some mints for my work bag. I do a lot of talking, I have to say passports and boarding cards quite a lot. So just to, they're small and I can carry them around in my pocket, and just refresh your breath at 3 in the morning. A stirring sauce, again, it's not runny, it's not like, if I can show you another one that I have, it's not like a Lloyd Grossman, like that's a sauce, yeah, it's runny. These stirrings are just sort of coat, they're not runny, you know what I mean if you eat them. So vermicelli noodles for my stir fry, either again tonight or tomorrow, because I haven't drunk in a while. I fancied a beer, so I bought a wheat-free, no, it's not wheat-free, it's a wheat beer, and then a lager, just a German lager. This big bottle is 99p, and the wheat beer is like 129, and then an air freshener, just because who doesn't need fresh air? So yeah, that was my food shop. It came to about £55, which for all of that is really, really good value, and it all tastes awesome. I mean, you won't regret trying Aldi for just a week, for just a proper food shop. They do other things, toilet rolls, they do all the essentials, but basically I live with my parents, as you can see. All of this stuff, we just share it. So I did buy some washing products, not this smell, but the So Soft, I bought that one, and some conditioner, because their stuff smells amazing, and it's really good. It's good on your clothes. It's not harsh or anything. It doesn't dry them out. So that's it. That's basically my food shop. I'm on 9,500 steps, so that was a bonus. Just gonna finish putting the stuff away. My daughter's asleep. She fell asleep watching Lady and the Tramp, which deducts points for her. She should watch Lady and the Tramp, but we'll give it another bash when she's a bit more awake. She's had a full day. She went to a farm with Nanny and Grandad while I went back to bed. I worked 3 till 7:15 this morning, so I'm quite shattered when I get home. That's an ungodly hour to be getting up for work, is 1:30 in the morning, but I do it, and it means I've got the rest of today after I've had a bit of a sleep to do stuff like my food shopping. So yeah. One thing I hate is food waste. I think we can all do better at trying to cook smaller portions so we all eat, and then cooking what's open in the fridge. That's one of my biggest problems, is that I'll open something like a sauce or something like that, and I won't eat it within the 2 or 3 days that you have until it's fresh. So I just wanted to go through quickly what I'm throwing, which sucks. So cookies, they are so soft, they're horrible. I don't actually know how long they've been open for, but they've just been sitting on that rack in there, so not great. Carrots, chopped carrots, I used these in a roast 2 weeks ago, so again, I'm not a fan of carrots, but they tasted alright with a roast. I won't know what to do with them otherwise, but they've been open, just sat in my fridge. I needed the space for the new stuff, and now they're being thrown. Tomatoes, open tomatoes, I've started them, not finished them. They've gone mouldy, so they've been in there a while, so not great wastage. Pancakes, once you've opened them, you have 2 days. They've been open for probably about 5, so again, I've wanted pancakes. Thought I would eat them in the next 2 days and didn't, which is a good thing because it means I'm not a big fat fatty, but it's a bad thing because I'm now throwing them away, and they were awesome, so fluffy and just gorgeous. Another thing is big tub of yogurts. I'm not always a fan of a massive yogurt. Have to be in the mood. So I opened this, me and my daughter shared it. She had it with some blueberries and I just ate the yogurt as it is, but it's probably a third gone. Been open for a good 4 days and that has to be thrown. So not much in the scheme of things. There's probably some potatoes in my little stack here that can be thrown. They've probably gone green because again I don't eat a lot of potatoes either. but not great. I mean, there's usually a lot more than that I need to get rid of. So small in the scheme of things, but still not great. I could have eaten all of that and there would have been no waste, so watch what you can. So I think I'm going to wrap this video up here. Thank you for watching. Hope it's been helpful, giving you some ideas maybe about what Aldi do, and it's just worth giving it a try. Basically, you will save so much money. I know some of the essentials you can't get, like Heinz baked beans. They do not sell Heinz baked beans, but if you're okay with a different brand, by all means try them. They do taste different, but they're still nice. I'm just a Heinz girl. That's where I was raised. I will not compromise on Heinz. Everything else I'm open to. So that's it. I think we're going to leave it here because it is just a food haul at the moment and showing you what I did at the shop. So there's no point starting to talk about other stuff or doing a different video. It'll just be half an hour long and nobody has time for that. Nobody wants to see this for half an hour. So thank you for watching and I'll see you guys soon.